How many breedings should a dog breeder do every year? Stay tuned and find out on this episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys?
I got you right now. What's going on, Bully fam?
What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educator, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls, bringing you another episode of Breeders Hacks. So we're on our way right now. We got a little bit of a drive, so figured, we shoot a quick episode, right?
How many breedings should you be performing every year as a dog breeder?
That was something that my mentor asked me. This was when I was just learning, and I didn't really have an answer. I wasn't really sure. Well, I'm going to summarize it for you. Basically, what he went on to say
is, as a dog breeder, you should have as many breedings as you reasonably can.
And I was like, reasonably can, or what does that exactly mean? And basically what he was getting at is that dog breeding, it truly is a numbers game. So meaning the more breedings that you can do, the more information, the more data you'll have on what's working, what's not working. If you eliminated skill out of the equation, right? Being a skilled dog breeder, if me and you were throwing darts and I throw 50 darts and you throw 3 darts, who's most likely going to hop the bullseye? Most likely the person that, like I said, if their skills are equal, the person who had more chances or more opportunities. So at the same time, this doesn't mean go on to become a puppy mill. No, by no means or stretch of the imagination. But what it means is just the fact that you need to, first of all, find out how many breedings you can reasonably do. There's so many things that go into play. Financially, paying for stud fees, or if you have your own studs, or so on and so forth, things like that. Because to me, then it would be a waste if you're just going to keep repeating the same breeding. How many breedings can you afford to do? How much time do you have? Do you work a traditional 9-to-5 job, or are you going to have a partner help you? And that's why partnerships are beneficial, because it allows you to complete more breedings and have a wider network of not just the people that you can access yourself, but the person that you're cooperating with in order to be able to sell puppies, going halves on the expenses, things like that. It'll allow you to do more and get more information and more data of what breedings are working and what aren't. Because just because you may be a very well-experienced breeder, it still doesn't mean that you're 100% guaranteed that when you breed this dog to this dog, you end up with this middle dog. It just doesn't work like that. And actually, it would kind of make breeding not all that much fun if you knew every single time what you were going to get. We'd have what we want out of these dogs a lot faster. Let's just put it that way. And there is no perfect dog, so we're continuously working towards progression, towards the better dog than the last dog that we had. So like I was saying, how many breedings though? It's subjective. It all comes down to how many breedings can you complete. I would encourage you, do your homework, do your research. Try to build up a puppy waiting list, so on and so forth, because you don't want to be holding on to too many dogs or puppies that are not going to be a part of your dog breeding program, or whatever the case it may be. Do your first breeding. See if this is for you. That's one of the most important things, is you need to go through the trials and tribulations of if this dog breeding thing is even for you, if this is something you want to do. So over time, I started to learn, okay, I need to find a number that works for me and my lifestyle, which also still allows me to get more completed. So what I started doing was I improvised. I started not only doing breedings, but I also did, putback deals. Sometimes putback deals get a bad rap, but all a putback deal really is, say you own the female and I own the male. We do the breeding, and now you're going to give me however many puppies off of the breeding, since you didn't pay for the stud fee. So now it allows me to complete more breedings without having to complete more breedings. You know what I'm saying? And not having to go through whelping, paying stud fees, and so on and so forth, and purchasing more females. And that's one way I got creative, to be able to do more breedings, to be able to get more progress, to be able to throw more darts. We also did arrangements where if a female was sold, especially if it was like a keeper quality female, we still had breeding rights, meaning that when the puppy was old enough to be bred, with the new co-owner, we would split the expenses and split the litter. So that's another way that now it allows you to have more females to be bred without having more females physically to be bred. And yet again, it's all about being able to complete more breedings so that you have more darts thrown at the wall, so that then you get the result you want more than likely. All of our breedings are super strategically calculated, but in dog breeding, there's no guarantee when it comes to genetics, what you're exactly going to get. You can't just piece together the dog exactly, and you're going to get this exactly and this and that. Yeah, we'd love to, trust me. So I hope that kind of answers the question. It's subjective. How many breedings should you be doing every year? Well, however many you can do reasonably, while still being able to give puppies a good home, good life for your dogs. You're not overworked, because if you're not good, then your dogs won't be good, you know? So there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. You know, remember, and this is what I tell people, dog breeding is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You can start off sprinting in the beginning, but you will get burnt out very quickly. And the people who survive and stay long in this industry, in this space, are the people who treat it like a marathon. Even if they do less breedings than maybe the person who started out as sprinting, even if they do less breedings a year, they stay in longer because they treated it like a marathon. Somebody who did 20 breedings in the first year gets tired, burnt out, they stop breeding. But then the person maybe did 3 to 4 to 5 breedings a year, whatever, and have been able to do it for the past 10 to 20 years, I guarantee they're a lot more successful. So anyway, guys, I hope this information is helpful. I hope it's useful. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys.